The three goals out of which you have to choose one goal to become an active reader. You have all the flexibility that you want, you have the choice, you can choose. Hello everybody, how are you all? Hope you're doing great. So welcome back to another session of learning English and improving your English speaking skills with me. Today's lesson is dedicated to how reading is important for your English development and how you can become an active reader. Now, reading is important. We all know that. You might own some books, but the biggest problem is to actively read content in English, pushing yourself to read those books you've purchased. And a lot of people struggle in that particular thing. They think that reading is kind of boring, they're not able to read, they're not able to maintain that focus, pay attention to what they're reading. But today I'm going to tell you something that is going to make you an avid, active reader that you all want to become, so that you can improve your English, because reading is important for improving English. Plus, reading books is just not important to improve English. There are many other benefits of reading. Reading in life is basically a life skill, and reading is important. So are you all ready for this? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor and communication coach, certified by the University of Cambridge, the UK. And before beginning, please subscribe the channel so that you do not miss out on any lesson that I post for you on the channel. Please like the video and share it with your friends too. Now, coming back to today's lesson, how to become an avid reader. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you a kind of, you can say challenge if you want to say it, or you can call it a goal. I am going to call it a goal. A goal is something that you must achieve in a certain amount of time. There is going to be a deadline for this goal. So this goal is going to be a challenge for you to complete this goal. Now, there is not just one goal. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you 3 different goals. You have a choice. You have 3 different goals. You have to take any one goal up from these 3 goals. You have to take one goal and you have to follow it for 2 months. Minimum 2 months. Now, these are the goals with the deadline of 30 days. That means once you're finished with something, if it's a 30-day deadline already in the goal, you have to do it again for the next 30 days. And if it's something that I'm going to tell you on a daily basis, that means you're going to do it, complete that particular goal for 2 months continuously. So you have to do it for 2 months, because reading needs time. It will take a little bit time of yours to become that active reader. But within these 2 months, you will develop an awesome reading habit that after these 2 months, you will not be able to resist reading books. For example, I have a book with me right now. You can see so many books behind me. So I am an active reader, and this is something that can help you become an active reader, because reading is important. So let's begin with all the 3 goals now, the 3 goals that I have for you. Goal number 1. Goal number 1 is to read 10 pages every day. Reading 10 pages every day. Now, for a few people, 10 pages would be okay. We can read 10 pages, but some people might think that 10 pages, that's too much. That is not too much if you are serious about reading. If you want to seriously develop this reading habit, if you want to become an active reader, 10 pages every day is something that you must read. 10 pages per day. So here you're not on an early stage that you are going to test the waters. Let me read something. Let me read 1 page, 2 pages per day. We are looking for an end goal that in 2 months you must become an active reader. And for that, 10 pages per day is important. For example, I have this book with me, right? This book, Sherlock Holmes. Now, I have this book. What you're going to do is, you're going to take a book, anything, a magazine. It can be a magazine, it can be a book, it can be a fiction like this, it can be a non-fiction, whatever you want to read. Take it and begin by reading 10 pages every day. Continue reading. Like for example, you're reading page number 1 to 10 on day 1. What you're going to do is you're going to read from page 11 to 20 the next day. So this is what you're going to do. 10 pages every day is must. Now, I am leaving it to you. You want to improve your vocabulary, it's totally up to you how many words you're going to learn. But you will learn one word each day. Every day of this reading task that you're doing, you're supposed to learn one word. You're reading 10 pages. You can at least learn one new word from those 10 pages. Our main focus is on reading. Obviously, it's on reading. But if we are going to add something more to it, it'll be valuable for us, right? So you don't have to go write example sentences, this and that. No, just underline the word. You have this particular novel with you, open it, you find a difficult word in this, underline it and write the meaning just above the text or maybe beside the text, wherever is the space, just write the meaning. That is what you're supposed to do. That's it. Do not be so much conscious about that vocabulary that you're learning. No, what we are doing is we are passively intaking the vocabulary because our main focus is on reading. But when we are reading, let's not let it all go to waste just like that. If we are reading something, let's try to learn vocabulary. So it's like we are intaking vocabulary naturally, not with too many efforts, but just naturally. Underline the word, write the meaning, that's it. Leave it at that. Continue reading the next 10 pages on the next day. So in this manner, you're going to read for how many days? 60 days, because 2 months. You're supposed to do it for 2 months. 10 pages every day for 60 days. That means 600 pages. So it can take maybe 2 to 3 books, maybe 2 books, 3 books, depending on what is the volume of that particular book you're reading. So yeah, you'll be requiring 2 to 3 books for this particular goal of yours. So read 10 pages every day for 2 months. Now goal number 2. Goal number 2 is read every day for 30 minutes. Now this is something different. You have to read for 30 minutes. Now it's up to you whether you're reading 7 pages, 10 pages or 15 pages according to your reading speed and capacity. If you are finding reading 10 pages difficult, maybe it's taking a lot of time for you right now and you are willing to give less amount of time but you want the same results, what you can do is you can take this goal number 2, that is read every day for 30 minutes. Again, you can take up any book of yours that you like, but you have to read for 30 minutes. Maybe put on a timer if you want to do that, but do not take that pressure on your head that I have to read for 30 minutes. You're constantly looking at the clock and doing all these things. No, this is supposed to be a relaxing task for you so that you fall in love with reading, so that you love reading because you want to become an active reader. Reading is something that should come to you naturally after this particular goal, after you complete this particular goal. So in order to do that, you have to take this particular goal up as some kind of relaxing activity that you're doing. You're reading, you're enriching your knowledge, your vocabulary, plus you're relaxing. Take it up as a task that you are relaxing, something that you're doing to just defocus and all that. So read for 30 minutes, read something that you like, a particular thing in which you have interest. It can be fiction, non-fiction, again, whatever you want to read. You can read science fiction, you can read something related to history, you can read something related to politics, maybe money, whatever is the topic that you like. Read on that particular topic, select a book on that particular theme, on that genre, and then read it for 30 minutes every day. Do not take so much stress about the thing that I'm not able to read 10 pages because goal number 1 was 10 pages. That's a different goal. This is a different goal. So you have to read for 30 minutes. But one thing that you're supposed to do is that those 30 minutes must be undisturbed. That means 30 minutes continuously must be given to reading. And your mind should not wander here and there. Different thoughts and this and that is coming into your mind. No, you should be completely focused on reading, consumed by that particular book that you're reading. So focus for 30 minutes. That is your goal number 2. Now the last goal, that is the goal number 3. Goal number 3 is to finish a book within a month. Finish a book in a month. So you take up a book, any book, like I have this book, Take up any book and finish it completely within a month. Now here you get all the flexibility that you want. So this is the goal for those people who want flexibility. 30 minutes foundation, 10 pages every day, that's foundation again. And I'm doing this because until and unless you're challenged to do something, the thing is always difficult, the thing is always unachievable, the thing is always that I'm not able to do it, how to do it. But once you're challenged, you're supposed to complete this particular task. This is the goal. It's measurable, it's easy to do. 30 minutes and 10 days are measurable. Although completing one book in a month is also measurable, but it comes with a lot of flexibility for you, because if you want, you can read for 1 hour a day. If you want, you can read just for 20 minutes the next day. It totally depends on you how many pages you want to read in one day. The goal is to complete one book within a month. How you're approaching that particular goal is totally up to you. So it's for all those people who want to remain flexible in their reading schedule. You want flexibility, you can take up goal number 3, that is to complete a book, any book, within a month. Now there is one condition to this particular goal. What if that book has only 100 pages? That's too less. The book must have 200 pages, at least 200 pages. Now the example of this book that I'm giving you, Sherlock Holmes, let me check how many pages are there so that it's easy for you to understand. So this book has 264 pages, right? So the last page says 264. That means this is something which is perfect for this goal. Goal number 3, to read a book within a month, complete book, finish reading a book within a month. It can be a novel, it can be any book, but the condition is the book must have 200 pages at least. Now if you want them to increase, you can go to 250, you can go to 300, you can go up to 350 if you have that capacity. It's totally up to you. Again, I'm giving you the flexibility. Maximum number can be anything. It's totally up to you. For example, there is this particular book which is kept behind me. I've shown you a lot of time, Iliad, right? So Homer, Iliad by Homer, that's a classic, and it has like around 380 pages in that particular book. So around 380 pages almost approx. And that is something that has so many pages. So it's totally up to you how many pages you want to read in a day, how many minutes you want to give to the reading in a particular day, maybe half an hour, 1 hour. It's totally up to you, flexible. So complete reading one book, finish reading it within a month. Now you're supposed to do it for 2 months. That means for this particular goal, you'll require 2 books. Book 1 for first month and another book for the next month, because you're supposed to do this particular task that I'm telling you for 2 months straight, that is continuously. So if you're doing it for 2 months continuously, that means you're going to repeat the goal for the month number 2 with a different book, not the same book. Because yeah, I have to mention this because a lot of times people do that for a better understanding. They reread a particular book. Please do not reread that particular book. You are going to test your ability to read, and for that you must take another book. So do not reread it. Please take up another book, book number 2, for the second month of this particular goal. So these are the 3 goals out of which you have to choose one goal to become an active reader. You have all the flexibility that you want. You have the choice. You can choose any one goal out of these 3 to become active reader, read and then improve your English. Reading and improving English is important. Reading is important to consume good English. And how to read, how to become that reader that everyone wants to be, so that you can consume English, you can read, you can improve your English, enhance your vocabulary. This is something that you must do. One goal, choose one goal, choose one task out of these 3 tasks that I've given you and do it. Take it up as a challenge. So that's it. That is it. Now I'm gonna meet you again with a new lesson. Till then, everybody, take care and bye.